Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Marina Jasmine. If you don't know who I am, I recommend that you do subscribe, turn your post notifications on, follow me on all my social media. Links will be below and probably at the end of the video. Alright, so this time I wanted to change things up and actually do a paranormal story time kind of thing with events that I experienced and stuff. And one of them to start with, I had a friend who was psychic, and I was probably like 16, 17 when I met him, and he told me a bunch of events that will happen as I grow older, and a few of them have happened. Some of them haven't or may never happen. Anyway, he had said that I would grow very close to somebody, and this male person would end up getting into a motorcycle accident and dying at the age of 26. And it did happen, and it's weird because I didn't remember that until after the motorcycle accident that he had and stuff. But he was such a great guy, and he was such a man of God, strong man of God, and I do miss him. And yeah, it's like constant, I don't know, we're all gonna miss everyone that we love that passes away. Yeah, so let's go back to my childhood. I grew up in a haunted house, and at first I didn't know it was haunted. When we were first moving in, we had just purchased the house, and the owners were still there at the time. There was a little girl. She wanted to introduce me to her friend. She's like, oh, I want you to meet my friend. So she introduced me to a little girl that was by a shack, and she was like in this sort of position by this dirty old shack. It was really, really old. I don't think anyone really had anything in it. We ended up tearing it down and stuff, but the little girl was very shy, she seemed scared. Anyways, we were talking with her for a very long time. I remember it got dark and we had to leave because we hadn't moved into the house yet. So we ended up moving in. This little girl, I always found her by that shack. I don't know why, but she was always sitting there, same position, white dress, long black hair, split in the middle, and she had very big eyes. I think they were brown or something. And yeah, I always talked to her. I always played with her in the back. And I was about 5 years old, going on 6, I want to say. And I didn't think anything of it at the time because I was a child. Of course, I'm not going to be like, why is there a little girl in our backyard sitting by the shack all the time? But I thought she was just another friend, another playmate. And I later then found out that she was actually a victim of a murder that had happened in the house. And yeah, I'll give you guys more details in a separate video because I don't want this video to be too long, but I obviously had the ability to speak to spirits when I was younger, so I have so many stories, so many experiences, so many crazy things that had happened in hospitals, parking lots, skate parks, just the list goes on, really. Cemeteries. Also, I've heard so many spirits trying to speak to me before, and yeah, it's crazy. But also I do now in my adult life still hear spirits, and out of all my friends that have passed away, there's only 2 that visit me constantly, like almost on a daily basis. I always hear Annette, and she was murdered 2 years ago. She was my best friend in high school, and I see her in dreams. I see her in my waking life, like physically. I see her here. And she warns me about things. And also Thomas, the one who got into the motorcycle accident, I see him almost every night. Like, yeah, and he warns me about people, or, you know, just, he just warns me somehow in dreams. He can't always speak to me. He's always muffled. And if he does speak to me, it is very important. It's very urgent. And, yeah, I do hear spirits at night, which make it very hard for me to sleep. And there was a time where I had waken up and I saw both Thomas and Annette watching over me, and it made a lot of sense. It put two and two together, because prior to me waking up and seeing their faces like hovering over me, so scary, I would hear a female voice, which I know was Annette, and she'd be saying, "Oh, she's awake." And I would hear a male voice talking to her, but I could always barely hear him, which is how Thomas was. He wasn't always so he wasn't loud. He was humble, and he spoke in I guess like a more gentle tone and stuff. If you knew him, you would know what I mean. But it makes sense because it was them watching me sleep. But yeah, hopefully in future videos I can capture some of those, some you know, spirits or them. But yeah, that's all for my scary stories, my paranormal experiences for now. If you guys do like these videos, please let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye! So I thought I'd let you know that it took me about like 3 tries of recording my paranormal story time to actually get it perfect, because prior to the one that I'm posting, there was a lot of, I guess like audio deficiencies, or like it sounded like they were distorted, and I'll insert clips. It sounds kind of like this is, I don't know how to explain it, like, it's very strange. It's the first time it's ever happened to me on my phone, or with any phone in general, and also my phone said that there was I have to play back on my video, I'll let you know, but my camera shut off like 3 times mid-recording, so it's very weird. Warns me about things also. She's not as persistent, but it's good to see their faces, you know. I don't know where I was getting with that, but creepy. Okay, my camera just shut off right after I said it was a spirit of a child. My camera just completely shut off. I actually just cleared my memory last week, and I barely have anything on my film, so I don't understand why it did that. It's creepy.